A billion-dollar empire, a powerful father, an ambitious son, and at the heart of it all, a mysterious woman. What started as a seamless succession plan for Singapore's Kwek dynasty spiraled into a high-stakes corporate war. Accusations of betrayal, a lawsuit that shook the business world, and one woman whose influence set everything in motion. How did one of Asia's most powerful families nearly destroy itself from within? And who was the woman at the centre of it all? Let's unravel the truth. To understand the power of the Kwek dynasty, we must go back in time. In the 1940s, a young man named Kwek Hong Peng left China for Singapore in search of fortune. He was ambitious, sharp, and determined. With a keen business mind, he co-founded Hong Leong Group in 1941, initially as a trading company. But Kwek saw the future in property and finance. He would go on to turn his small firm into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Kwek Hong Peng was born in 1911 in Fujian, China, into a family of merchants. Growing up, he witnessed firsthand the intricacies of trade and commerce. By the time he arrived in Singapore, he had a deep understanding of business fundamentals. He co-founded Hong Leong Group with his three brothers, initially focusing on trading commodities such as rubber, cement, and industrial products, key industries in Singapore's early economy. But it wasn't long before Kwek saw an opportunity beyond trading. In the post-war years, Singapore's economy was transforming. Urbanization was rapidly increasing, and there was an insatiable demand for real estate. Kwek made a strategic pivot into property development, acquiring land and building residential and commercial properties. In 1963, Hong Leong Group launched City Developments Limited, CDL, which would become one of Singapore's largest and most influential real estate developers. Under Kwek's leadership, CDL focused on high-quality residential and commercial properties. By the 1970s, CDL had built landmark buildings, reshaping Singapore's cityscape. But Kwek didn't stop at real estate. He understood the power of diversification. In the 1970s and 1980s, Hong Leong Group expanded into banking, finance, and hospitality. By the time Kwek Hong Peng passed away in 1994, he had built an empire worth billions, with business interests spanning real estate, financial services, hotels, and manufacturing. As the Kwek family empire flourished, the inevitable question of succession loomed large. Kwek Hong Peng, the patriarch and founder of the Hong Leong Group, had three sons. Among them, it was his eldest, Kwek Leng Beng, who was entrusted with the reins of the conglomerate. Assuming leadership roles at both Hong Leong Group and its subsidiary, City Developments Limited, CDL, Leng Beng's tenure was marked by strategic expansion and a series of high-profile acquisitions. Under his dynamic leadership, CDL transformed into a global real estate powerhouse. One of the most notable milestones was the acquisition of the Millennium and Copthorne Hotels chain, significantly bolstering the group's international presence. This move not only diversified CDL's portfolio, but also positioned it as a formidable player in the global hospitality industry. Forbes estimates that Kwek Leng Beng has a net worth of $11.5 billion, putting him among the top 5 richest people in Singapore. As Leng Beng navigated the complexities of global business, the next generation was being groomed to uphold and further the family's legacy. His son, Sherman Kwek, has been meticulously prepared for leadership. Sherman's journey within the family empire was comprehensive. He held various positions across the group's subsidiaries, gaining invaluable experience in property development, finance, and hospitality. This extensive training culminated in his appointment as the group CEO of CDL in 2018, signaling a strategic transition aimed at infusing fresh perspectives into the company's leadership. Meanwhile, his father Leng Beng holds the position of executive chairman in CDL. As Sherman began to assert his vision for the company's future, underlying tensions between father and son started to surface. These differences, initially subtle, gradually intensified, hinting at deeper discord within the family's leadership dynamics. Family businesses often walk a tightrope between personal relationships and professional obligations. In early 2025, the delicate balance within the Kwek dynasty was disrupted when simmering tensions erupted into a public feud. The catalyst was a dramatic accusation by Kwek Leng Beng alleging that his son Sherman was orchestrating a boardroom coup to consolidate control over CDL's board. The elder Kwek's allegations were severe. He accused Sherman, along with a few other board members, of bypassing the company's nomination committee to unilaterally alter the board's composition and governance structures. This maneuver was perceived as a direct challenge to established corporate governance protocols and an attempt to undermine his authority. The conflict escalated when Kwek Beng took the unprecedented step of filing a lawsuit seeking to remove Sherman from his position as Group CEO. The lawsuit cited a series of alleged missteps and governance lapses, including concerns over Sherman's leadership decisions and purported poor investment choices in the UK property market that reportedly led to significant financial losses for CDL. Sherman, however, vehemently denied these allegations, countering that the root of the discord lay elsewhere. He pointed to Dr. Catherine Wu, a former personal assistant to Kwek Beng, who had risen to become an advisor to the board of Millennium and Copthorne Hotels. Sherman alleged that Dr. Wu had been interfering in company matters well beyond her scope, wielding disproportionate influence over his father and, by extension, the company's strategic decisions. Dr. Wu's involvement added a complex and personal dimension to the family feud. Her long-standing relationship with Kwek Beng and her advisory role within the company became focal points of contention. Sherman's accusations suggested that Dr. Wu's influence was a primary factor in the escalating tensions, intertwining personal relationships with corporate governance in a manner that unsettled stakeholders and the broader business community. The public nature of this dispute sent shockwaves through Singapore's corporate landscape. CDL, a stalwart of the real estate sector, found itself at the center of a media frenzy. Investors grew anxious, and the company's stock experienced volatility as confidence wavered. It led to a temporary suspension of CDL's stock trading on the Singapore Stock Exchange, reflecting the gravity of the situation. The unfolding drama raised pressing questions about the future of the Kwek dynasty and the stability of its business empire. In a dramatic turn of events, the high-profile feud within Singapore's prominent Kwek family reached an unexpected resolution in March 2025. Kwek Beng, the executive chairman of CDL, made the decision to discontinue the lawsuit against Sherman. This move signaled a concerted effort to heal the rift that had threatened both familial bonds and the stability of their business empire. The decision to withdraw the lawsuit came after interventions from senior figures and close family friends, who emphasized the importance of unity for the company's future. Recognizing the detrimental impact the feud was having on CDL's operations and reputation, both parties agreed to reconcile. In a joint statement, the board expressed their commitment to setting aside differences and focusing on the company's growth and stability. Amidst the controversy, Dr. Catherine Wu, who had been at the center of the dispute due to her advisory role and close association with Kwek Beng, tendered her resignation from her advisory role at Millennium and Copthorne Hotels. Her departure was seen as a move to alleviate some of the internal strife and address concerns about her perceived overreach within the company's affairs. Despite the turmoil, the Kwek family remains one of Singapore's most influential business dynasties. Kwek Beng continues to lead CDL with a steady hand, while Sherman retains his position as Group CEO. The resolution of this dispute has been viewed positively by investors and stakeholders, with CDL's stock stabilizing following the announcement. However, the episode has raised questions about succession planning and the challenges inherent in family-run businesses, where personal relationships and professional responsibilities are deeply intertwined. As the next generation of the Kwek family steps into leadership roles, the focus will be on maintaining harmony and ensuring that personal relationships do not interfere with professional responsibilities. As CDL continues to navigate the aftermath of this public feud, the resilience and adaptability of its leadership will be crucial in determining the future trajectory of their business empire. The Kwek family's power struggle is just one example of how immense wealth can tear families apart, but they're not alone. Over in Australia, mining magnate Gina Rinehart, who is Australia's richest person, faced a brutal legal battle of her own against her children. See how it all unfolded in the Battle for Billions, Gina Rinehart versus her own children.